Well, I said we had some special guests in the house. George Birge is here. Keep it going for George. And also, one of my best buds, B-Dub, is in the house finally.
What's up,
Yay!
Hey.
There you go.
We good? I know it. I turned it on.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I turned
good.
it on.
For those that don't know, B-Dub left me years ago. Took a little journey
I made
across.
Danny cry on the air.
That's not hard to do. He took a little journey south over into Colorado, up to Seattle. Now he's back here. And
It's good to be home.
yeah, it's good. So thank you, buddy. For those that don't know, B-Dub's on every afternoon from 3 to 8.
Yeah,
I think
last I checked.
Yeah, 3 to 8.
Yeah, Saturday nights.
You're
too,
on right
so,
now.
Yeah,
Magic.
technically.
The magic
Lip
of radio.
syncing.
Yes.
That's good.
So I'm happy to have him back in the building. And he's like, man, I want to come see George. I'm like, dude, the door's open. Come on. Your family. Let's go. So, and for those that don't know, I was B-Dub's best man at his wedding. It's like one of the funnest days of our lives. It was awesome.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
I remember, if you remember when we won the CMA award, I roomed with Danny. And Danny is like on TV accepting the CMA. What you don't know is like 30 minutes before that, he had blown up the bathroom in our hotel room. So, do you remember that?
I do.
Because Lord do I.
It literally scared the shit out of me. Yeah. I was so scared grabbing that trophy, I thought I was going to pass out.
Anyway, George Birge, man, I don't think this is your first time playing this room. As a solo artist, yeah, but didn't you play here with Cody when you guys were doing the Waterloo
I was here
Revival?
probably 8 years ago with Waterloo Revival. So
yeah.
first time
was
as a
anyone
solo
at that
artist.
show? Anybody
and
at that show? Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I don't think I was here for that show.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
And then I remember we went to dinner and we had a cheese girl. Like there was a cheese girl.
You don't have a cheese girl in your life. You gotta work on that.
Yeah.
A cheese girl.
Anybody ever? Is Urban Farmer still open at the Nines? Is that place like the restaurant there?
I don't
think
think
that's
so.
And then I needed
cheese girl.
Yeah, there was like a cheese girl. It had a cheese tray. Cheese cart, you could cut your own cheese, not that kind of cheese, but like actual cheese. So it's great. Man, this song is really blowing up. Mind on You, everybody loving Mind on You on the Bull. It's exciting. But we had a couple questions for you, and I've been doing these like AI generated icebreaker questions.
Oh boy.
And I was just going to ask you one if that's cool that I had AI generate.
Anytime you're about to ask me a question, I'm on the edge of my seat. Just so y'all know, I'm over here. We're doing sound check, and I get a text, and I look at my phone real quick, and it just says "bitch" on it, and I was like, well, I know B-Dub's in the building somewhere. And I look up, and there he is in all his glory. So please, I cannot wait for your question.
Then he called me a garden tool.
Yeah.
I want you
funny.
to tell a story about the last 2 times you have genuinely been afraid for your life, like scared out of your mind. I can think of one of them. I know one of them, but
Yeah.
let's see
Well,
if
we
you
were
answer it
together
correctly.
for one of them.
I think.
Yeah, hanging with B-Dub's scary as it is.
Yeah. I would say most recently was about 2 hours ago with Jamise, my radio rep, driving through rush hour traffic in Portland.
She's like, hey, you're throwing me into the bus over here.
Reed goes, man, can you roll the windows down in the back? I think I'm going to throw up.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, let's crack up. Next time?
I was so hoping you'd tell the wheel story.
So I am deathly afraid of heights. You know, snakes don't bother me. Gators get me a little bit. Gators and sharks are probably 2 of my biggest fears. But number one is these are rational fears here. But number one is heights. And for content is what he claimed. B-Dub convinced me to go on the wheel with him.
On the Great Wheel in Seattle.
Yeah.
Down on the waterfront there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And he asked, we were about halfway up, he goes, you mind if I crack the window? I was like, yes, I do mind if you crack the window. I'm over here hanging on my seatbelt.
You mean like open
what
the
they don't
door?
tell you is they've got glass floors.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
you genuinely feel like an airplane I can do. I shut the window, I put my headphones on, I'm fine. But when B-Dub's asking if he can open the window and you can see below your feet, and there are probably sharks in that water too. So that's 2 of my fears now put together in one. Thanks to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharks and used syringes, I think, in the water around Seattle. I think it's probably the 2 things.
Seattle's bad. It's crazy. George, I know that you've been doing a lot of stuff writing, and I realize this as a songwriter. I didn't realize that Mind on You, originally you had on hold by somebody big in the business, Jason Aldean, said they want to record it, and you had to go back and tell him, sorry, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, let me tell you how nervous I was asking the Entertainer of the Year for my song back.
Yeah.
That was the third time I feared for my life. Yeah.
There you go. Third time. Did you physically talk to him on the phone?
I ended up talking to Michael Knox, who is
Okay.
a very famous producer in town. He produces all of Jason Aldean's records. And I had wrote this song in 2020, and at the time, I had just asked out of my record deal with Waterloo Revival. I just was in a place where I wasn't super happy with the music I was making. And I just decided, I've given this thing hell forever, and I have been able to break through, and I feel like I'm going to be a songwriter. I'm going to hang up my artist boots, and I'm going to be a songwriter. And so I started writing songs for a lot of folks in town and had some success, and I wrote this song, and I knew it was special, but I didn't really have a way to put it out, and so I ended up pitching it to Jason Aldean and not thinking that I'd hear back or anything. And 24 hours later, I get an email with like half of Nashville CC'd on it, like in all caps, "Don't play this song for anybody else. Jason wants to put it on his record." Which at the time, I'm like high-fiving my buddies that I wrote it with. I think my life's changed. I'm already planning out the new truck I'm going to buy with the money that I'm going to make from it, And then I ended up getting a record deal myself. I had some stuff take off on social media and got the opportunity to sign a record deal and start working on my debut album. And I got signed by a guy named Barry Weiss. If anybody knows the name, he very famous in the industry, from Adele to the Backstreet Boys and now George Birge. He signed a lot of very big
That's some good
acts
company.
in the industry. Regular company. And he's on the phone. He's a New York guy, so he talks real fast. He's like, "Hey, George, we listen to all your music. We can't wait to work with you, but this Mind on You song, you can't give that away." And I'm like, "All right, man, what do you think?" And he's like, "You need to call Jason and ask for it back." He told me basically that it's going to change my life and it needs to be my debut single. And so I ended up calling Jason and asking for the song back, which is pretty terrifying, but I can't say enough kind words about him and his team. They were excited for me and my opportunity, and they let me put it out with my own name on it. And just a few months back, this was the most added song in America at country radio, including the Bull here in Portland. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's congratulations.
You mentioned Jason Aldean, and this thing started turning, and it's been like way too late. But can I still say what I was going to say and interrupt you? I didn't want to interrupt.
Please.
Write a song, give it up, change your mind, take your back. Try that in a small town.
Yeah.
I just figured,
There you go. Yeah.
I just figured that would have been cool like 5 minutes
Hey, man,
ago.
I'm about to try it on a small stage here in a
Yeah,
little bit.
there you go.
So
Try that on
There
a
you go.
small stage. There you go.
Just make sure you use the right video footage. That's what it's all about. Oh, man. Okay.
Give it up one more time for George Birge, everybody.
Yes.